What's up, everybody? Hey, this is Revan here. We're not gonna have a gameplay this video. I'll get into that here at the very end. This may be a little bit long of a video. I don't know how long, but I think I might ramble some. So please bear with me. Feel free to fast forward, or you know what, just skip it. But I may ramble some. I don't know if you can hear the music. Let me turn it down a little bit more. All right. What we're going to do here is we're going to get really honest with ourselves, okay? We're going to do a good, bad, and the ugly, honest review of 2K25. I think I have put more than enough hours into this game, probably more than 95% of people. And I probably had more hours tenfold than people did in 23, except for, a lot of us that kept playing it. All that being said, I would like to think I have a very good background on what makes a good golf game, what makes a golf game last, and and how to make it seem fresh every time you play, because we saw it in 21 and then 22 and then 21 and then 23, 25. We have 2 years. And the previous case, we have over 2 years, almost 2.5 years. So this game has to last for 2 years, minimum. I'll say minimum 18 months. So it's only been out, 3 months? No, 2.5 months? Well, it came out in February, right? Mid-February? Let's just easy math, it's been 3 months, because the demo did come out. We'll count that. Let's just say it's been out for 3 months for easy math. Okay? My initial thoughts, before we get into good, bad, and the ugly, the game's been out for 3 months, and it feels more dead than the tail end of 2K23. At least for me, all this is coming from my perspective. So maybe I might have a little bit more skewed of what's dead and what's not dead, because I've played this quite a bit, and maybe some of the casuals that play it, a couple hours a week are still having the freshness of it. Hey, more power to you. But as far as the competition, the competitive side, and I'm not going to count ranked, we'll get into that in a little bit. As far as the competition side of things, it's dead. But it's not the competition's fault. It's the game's fault, and we'll get into that too. So let's just crack on with it, because I've already been recording for about 3 minutes. All right, so let's talk about the good. Because please, if anybody sees this, if they have a contact at 2K or know some of the devs, I've spoken to one of the, previous devs of a different golf game about some things. And actually, if you go back into my videos, probably, I don't know, about half a dozen or a dozen of them, I did a video during the demo that showed the exploit. It was called the J Swing, the Revan J Swing. Demonstrating that swing exploit that me and a couple people had found, which is a game breaking. Passed that on to this gentleman. I'm not going to name him, one of the devs, and to their credit, in about 5 or 6 days, it was fixed. So they fixed a game breaking exploit in the demo. Kudos to them. That's awesome. So if anybody feel free to pass this on to devs, or if you disagree with what I'm saying, hey, I'm not gonna hold it against you. This is just my opinion. However, I think I have a pretty solid basis for some of the points. So let's get into it. Let's go the good. The good is the graphics. Are one of the good. The graphics. The graphics are very, very good. It's a big step up from 2K23. let me go into a course that I'm building now, just to kind of, just so we're not looking at this screen the whole time. So I'm gonna hide the screen just for a second, so that way I don't leak the course name. It's not done yet. Give me 1 second. All right, let me go here, and then let me go here. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. No. All right, so I'm building the course now. It's about 85% done. So, but no, like the graphics, like the graphics are great. Look at that. I mean that the trees look good. The grass looks good. You know, it's bright and vibrant. Like the graphics compared to 23, I think are a massive step up. Although I'm not a real big graphics guy anyway. I'd rather have great gameplay and mediocre graphics as opposed to mediocre gameplay and great graphics. But for what this, I think it's a massive jump. A good job. Cross-play societies. Very, very, very good thing that has been implemented. To be able to play against Xbox, PC, and PlayStation players all in the same society and not across 3 platforms, huge improvement. Probably the biggest, if I'm being honest. Probably the biggest improvement is combining those together, and it also makes it easy for those, especially TGC, but it makes it easy for the society runners, the folks who run the societies at a competitive level. They don't have to have helpers across all platforms, and it consolidates the work they put in to make it run. So that, to me, that is awesome. I put on like a private event towards the end of 23 called Revan's Reign. It was a three event tournament type of deal. I actually gave out prize money. It was a pain. I had to have the game on PlayStation, Xbox, PC. Had to set up the societies, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Had to make sure all the settings were the same all across. It was a pain in the ass. So kudos to them to bring that together. But we'll leave a little asterisk on that to come back around later. So just we'll pause that thought for a second. And then third, I think one of the great improvements, the designer. I think they did a very, very good job improving on some of the designer aspects. Although I will say the water right now is a little bit wonky, but there's some workarounds for that. But overall, the designer is really good now. It's a little bit more user-friendly. You can do a lot more things, especially with surface painting and weathering and soiling. Not like diapers or pants, but you can paint different soils, different bedrock. You can weather the ground. See out there in the first fairway, kind of like it's brown, where like in the water won't actually stay there, just kind of burnt up. You can do a lot of cosmetic things now to really make it pop that you couldn't in 23. So I'd say those 3 things. The graphics, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 7 on the improvement. The cross-play societies, if I just look at cross-play societies, 9.5 out of 10, asterisk. And then the designer, 8 out of 10, as far as the improvement. So, I may be missing a couple things. I don't know, but those 3, really, really good. Really good. Now we're going to start getting into some of the bad and the ugly. And this is where maybe, hey, people might disagree. They shouldn't. But people may disagree. But I say these things because I'm coming from a place of this game and future games have a really good opportunity to be great. So I don't want just mediocrity where, hey, we're going to make a game for the masses that briefs well, but the masses move on very quickly. You can make a game for the masses. Hey, that's great, man. But the masses move on very quickly to the next shiny object. And for a game that has a 2-year or potentially more game cycle, that's not good. That's not good. Now, if it's a game like Madden or the show where every year it's a new game, in quotes, it's a new game, then after about 5 or 6 months of the game being out, you kind of see it taper off. Hey, whatever, in 3 or 4 months, we'll advertise the next game coming out, right? But in this game, that's not good. So make a game for the masses. Hey, awesome. But just remember the masses move on very quickly. And once they're gone, all the microtransactions go away. All the how do I say, the loyal fan base gets left behind. And then that creates distrust for the next game. And to be quite honest, we're waiting to see how TGC plays. If the game is like this for 2K27, I'm not gonna buy it. Which sounds crazy. Egotistical? Probably. But I'm one of the best players in the world at this game. And I'm already saying in 2K27, I'm probably not going to buy it if the game is like this. And we'll get into we'll asterisk that as well. All right. So, the bad. Let's back out of this. The bad. Let's go, first thing, the archetypes. They were so close. They were so close with the archetypes. And the archetypes were perfect until you could make another character, level that one up to 85, and unlock that archetype special shot. That's wildly, I don't know why that was the case. Like, there is no reason for me to be a technician that I should have access to at least the power drive, right? That's a powerhouse archetype special shot. So if I'm powerhouse, I should have access to my power skills. But that makes sense. If I'm a technician, I should have access to a technical shot like the pick. If I'm powerhouse, that's not my skill set. I should not have access to the pick. So you have to make a very big trade-off, especially or even greensman. If I'm a greensman, I'm going to focus on putting. I should definitely not have access to the power drive. It makes the end game just get molded together, where everybody's in the same spot. They all have the same attributes. They all have the same skill tree. They almost all have the same fittings. The only difference is going to be 3 or 4 points in 1 or 2 attributes. That's it. So it was perfect until it was, okay, well, if you make another character that is a powerhouse and I'm a technician, level him up to 85, and then I can do power drive. I have not talked to one person, not one, I'm not exaggerating. I've not talked to one person who has said that was a good idea to blend the archetypes. 23 was already bad enough with the archetypes didn't matter with the fittings. Y'all kind of came together in the same spot. But I think this is worse because there's fittings and there's also shots that you can get access to. So all that being said, the archetypes need to matter. and quite frankly they don't, especially after you get leveled up in fittings. So I would love to see. Well, also also this talk about increasing playability, right? Like, oh, you know what? Hey, I'm a technician, but it just feels like I'm having trouble with. I don't have enough power, right? So okay, well maybe I'll go powerhouse or magician, right? And then I'll have that character. But damn, you know what? I keep getting short-sighted around the green in the bunker, and I just can't get up and down. But you know what? If I was a technician, I'd have the pick. I'd have the pick, and I can get up and down pretty easily. But so there's always this trade-off, and right now there's not. It just makes it just monotonous. So all that being said, it was good until it wasn't when you had access to the other archetype stuff. It won't be fixed in this game, and I say fixed tongue-in-cheek. It won't be changed in this game. I just hope in 27 archetypes matter, because right now they just don't. Society bugs. One of the bad things, the bugs in the society. So I'll just stay on this screen. So I don't know how many people know this. Depends on if you play a lot of societies or not. But remember that asterisk I said about the good for cross-play societies? Here's the asterisk part. It's bugged. So I think they're fixing it, or they're in the process of, because of TGC. But there's a bug where if you're playing with two or three people, or one, two, three, if you're playing in a group and everybody hits advance, sometimes I think it happens more going from round 2 to 3, but it does happen in other rounds. Sometimes you won't get either the correct course conditions, i.e. wind direction, wind speed, green speed, firmness. The course conditions, what should be for round 3, are still round 2, or they could just be wrong regardless. Or people in your same group have different conditions, or even different pins. So like I could be playing with two buddies. We advance to round, let's say 2 or round 3, and me and one guy have a pin over here in pin set 3, and my other buddy, he's going to a totally different pin, and we've seen it before. Going to do where are you aiming at? And he's like, I'm going to the pin. But so anyway, there's a bug, and I'm hoping that's why the game feels a little bit dead now, is because TGC cannot start until that bug is fixed. It cannot, because people are going to want to play together, which is fine. But if they play together and then when they advance and they get the wrong settings, then that's not going to, it's not going to be fair to anybody else. So they can't start until that's fixed. Now, what we have heard from 2K or whoever the powers may be is that they can't fix anything, really that much until I guess a couple weeks of ranked play goes through, because if they go back and try to rework some things, it will mess up what's already been scheduled internally, I guess, in the software of the game or on the servers. It'll mess up what's been already programmed for the next couple weeks of ranked play. Who gives a rat's rip about ranked play? Anyway, so I said that. So the society bugs, that's a bad thing, because right now it's putting a hard stop on the competitive scene of this game, and the longer that lingers, the more people just get more and more bored. Career mode, I think career mode is probably on the bad spectrum. This might be just a personal thing, I'm not sure, but it just feels boring. Just boring. I think gone are the times of like Tiger Woods 97 on PlayStation, where there was no online, so you just played single player, right? And you just played you played the tournaments. I don't think many people buy these games for the career mode. Like, it's different for maybe the show or Madden or NBA 2K. It's different for that because you have franchise mode and stuff. This, it's just to me it doesn't hit home. And also the damn interviews where you have to pick a response and a reply to get like I'm ego or am I composed or whatever. Brother, that is so tedious. It is awful. I understand the RPG type of feel they were going for, but like if you looked at it, a lot of the questions and answers eventually by like week 5 or 6, they're the same thing. It's the same question, it's the same answer. So in theory, I kind of got what they were going for, but it's not good, boring and tedious. So maybe I'm not 100% in the majority with this. I don't think I'm that far off though. The career mode's boring. You only play it to unlock things and get VC and whatever else. After that, I will never play career mode again just because there's no need. To me, I think people buy this game for the most part to play online against and with people. But you have to have something like this, I understand. But man, it's just not good. I don't like it. It's just kind of boring. Ranked. I think one of the bad things are ranked. Hear me out. I know people like it. Yeah, I don't think I'm in the mono. I think it's just bogus. Ranked matchmaking. Okay, 1v1. I understand, dude. It's on pro difficulty, which I guess we'll call is normal, right? You have perfect swing, which is what I don't know what that would be. Then you have amateur, let's say is very easy, and then amateur is easy. Pro is probably normal, master is expert, and then or hard and legend expert, something like that maybe. But it's on pro, not a big deal, okay? Not a big deal. But you have all the training wheels on, right? You have like the trajectory help, and I can't even say that word. The trajectory help, with the blue line, and you can move your marker around, and partials are very easy. And oh, by the way, you can equip a golf ball to make it go 50 yards farther or be way more forgiving. And oh, by the way, it's on like one of only 10 or 15 courses. It's just it's just for me, it's not it. It's watered down, and it doesn't give me a sense of accomplishment if and when I beat somebody. It's just not it. But I mean, I think this was where I may be in the minority on this. I do think most of the casual players rather enjoy this, I think. But for me, I think I've played maybe 10 or 11 matches. I'm a TGC player. I do not care about ranked one-on-one. Let's go ranked tours. Ranked tours, I think, is a little bit better than ranked matchmaking. I like how they have, they have a master, a pro, and a pro am. So you have. There's something for everybody. I do wish there was a legend, but whatever. There's something for everybody. I like that. Same with the weekly master. I do think it's kind of cool how it mirrors the PGA season. I think that's pretty cool. But it's still a little bit watered down. At least the pro thing. The pros master's okay, but you still should not be able to apply a fitting to your ball. I think I know what they're doing. They're trying to encourage maybe some more microtransactions to buy balls, but you have enough anyway, I think, usually to not worry about it. But in ranked play, you would think you would want a level playing field where everybody has to do this, and not, well, someone might have a ball and someone might not. I don't think it matters a whole bunch. I've never used the ball on here, and I've won this multiple times. I don't think it doesn't matter on a higher level, but it's still this, man. This is better than the ranked matchmaking, but it still could be a little. They could do more. Also, look, guys. You know, I'll burn the. Oh no, I'm not going to. Guys, at least put some effort into this, okay? Like every single one of these, every single one, I can go create a room, go to the course settings, all default. All default. There's never any variation. There's never a very high wind. There's never a low. There's never very high, low, high, medium. There's never very fast greens, slower greens, medium greens, very firm greens, salted greens, very firm. You know, there's no thought process. It's just default, and so it just becomes just a little monotonous. So if you're gonna do it right, but it gets a little monotonous at times. I'll say that. Okay. The ugly. Let's go Top Golf. Raise your hand if you've ever played Top Golf in the game. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. I think I've played it twice for a quest. I mean, I guess I understand why it's there or why they would want it there, but I don't see anybody playing it. And if you say in the comments, "Oh, I play it all the time," you're lying. You're lying. To me, I think if they would just get rid of Top Golf and use that bandwidth for something else. Use that bandwidth, you know, for your developer time to bolster online play, bolster ranked play, something. But the Top Golf is just, ugh. Yeah. Anyway, just it speaks for itself. No one plays it. Anyway, the store. Ugly is the store. This game has been out for how long? Let's say about 3 months, 2.5 months. The Superstore is not super. It is not super. I understand. Okay, hey, every week we'll have a little push of a couple bundles. That's fine. Or like, hey, this is a weekly exclusive. That's fine. And then like a daily thing, right? That's fine. But man, I can only buy. Let's see. I'm gonna go to clubs. I can only buy 3 drivers. Three, not 4. Not 3 drivers. Now, I understand you can get some other drivers potentially in like quests and sponsors and whatnot. But bro, like 3 drivers is the PGA Superstore. And unless they don't have the licensing maybe from some of these manufacturers to do more. I don't know. Might be just speculating. But bro, it's been out for 2.5 months. 3 drivers. Like give me some of the old school stuff. Like you know, this is the new Great Big Bertha. Give me like the great or give me the Big Bertha. Give me the Warbird. Give me the Callaway Steelhead Plus 2s. Give me the TaylorMade TI Bubble. Give me some of the 970 series Titleist drivers. Give me the R11. You know, there's what about the Teardrop? I mean, we're talking about the PGA Superstore. You walk into the Superstore and there's hundreds of drivers. Hundreds. From all the way to the newest model to the model from like 1995 in the used bag. Like, come on. Like, there's no real reason to buy VC. You know, they're wanting to increase maybe some microtransactions to buy VC. There's nothing to buy. especially after you upgrade your golfer. There's nothing to buy besides entry fees. But by then you have enough. Like I promise, I would buy some cool clubs. And oh, by the way, what does that mean? I now have to buy more fittings. Now I have to buy more Evo tools. So now I'm gonna play more, just to get my club where I want to. But three woods. Oh, sorry, three woods, 3 hybrids, 3 irons, 3 wedges, 3 putters. Oh, we got a bunch of shafts though, bunch of grips. But bro, like, come on, guys. I promise you, if you put some cool clubs, some cool old style clubs, people will buy them. Sort of. Just because, but I'll say this. I'll piggyback on that. Give me some freaking Evo tools to buy. Cause like if I have 2 or 3 Evo tools and I see a club that I want, especially later on in the game, if I'm still playing it, well, I don't have enough Evo tools to even level it up to where I want it, to where I need it. So why would I buy it anyway? So just put everything in the store to buy. I don't understand. I don't get it. But this is a huge disappointment. Let's see. The balls. I don't think balls really matter that whole bunch. Well, you get 4. But they do have the daily and weekly kind of things that drop, like maybe the specialty stuff. Dude, put them in the store. The outfits, I do think there's a pretty decent selection of clothes in the superstore. I don't think the clothes are the issue. Although, I mean, I think they really could actually add some cooler outfits. But for the most part, the clothes are okay. But man, like, the clubs are just not it. So make the superstore super. Give me a reason to spend VC, please. Skins. I do think the customization of your golfer is I should have put that actually in the good. I think the customization to make your golfer how you want them to look, for the most part, is good. But I think, again, if you want us to spend VC and kind of like want to play and show off our guy, give us like skins, like I don't want to say like Fortnite or Call of Duty, because it's more of an arcadey thing. But give us like a I don't know, a character, or I'll use the extreme to maybe make the point, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Like, give me like Donatello or Shredder. Maybe that might be a little bit too arcadey, but give me someone maybe I can play as, and it's more of a cosmetic skin, so I can do my created golfer or an actual character. I don't know, but make me buy that. Just something to keep it a little bit fresh. I don't know. Just maybe I'm rambling. I would I think I would like that, but then it might be a little bit too arcadey. I don't know. We'll let's just earmark that. And then the last one. The last ugly, and it pains me to say it. I think it's the swing. I think it's the swing. I think the swing is ugly. Which is, like, overall, the game is better. But the game is more boring. Might be kind of counterintuitive or an oxymoron. The game is better. The game is wildly better. But the game is wildly more boring. And the reason is the swing, my opinion. I understand what they were going for, and the bias thing. That's not really an issue. The bias, I mean, people can adapt to that. That's not that big of a deal. The biggest thing they're missing in the swing is timing. And do not in the comments compare rhythm to timing, especially if you played 23. Timing in 23 and rhythm in 25 are way different. There is no timing in this game. And that is the genesis. That is the catalyst of why the game is just boring, quite frankly. A bit or more boring, as in it's not satisfying to play it for a longer period of time. Hear me out. I'm gonna actually turn the meter on, so that way I can just see it and not hold down the bumper. There's the meter. Here we go. On. Okay. So, how do I say this? Rhythm doesn't mean anything. Okay. So, no. All right. Here we go. Let's do this. Right. The game is now. It's now a math problem, especially if you're on like pro or pro-am. The game is a math problem. Excuse me. It is not. What is this? Sorry, I got a weird email. The game is not. It's not a golf swing game anymore. It's a golf math problem. Like, I'll use this for the example, right? So, this where's the stick at over here? I think, right? Yeah. I'll just do it right here. I'll do it to this one. So this pin is 200 yards. What the hell? Here. This pin is 200 yards. Why can't I zoom in though? That's weird. Let me zoom in. Anyway, this pin is 200 yards. Okay, so all I have to do now is just math out what the course conditions are in the wind. That's it. So 200 yards. It's I'd say, I don't know, it's 207 yards. I'm getting about, I don't know, 3 yards help. And it's gonna bounce and roll, I don't know, a couple yards. So I'm gonna just land this here and be fine. Now give me a second to get my swing dialed in here. My first swing of the day. Okay. So as soon as I get my swing dialed in where I want it for my two thumbs, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm done. Like I kind of figured out my motor pattern for my thumbs, and now it's brain dead. I'm done. Right, and I can do this time and time again. All right, let me get my motor pattern. That feels pretty good. The right thumb took over my left thumb. Let me just get the sensation back. That's pretty good. Yep. Okay, I got the sensation I wanted. I mean, it just becomes just so monotonous. Why? Why do I say that? Because in 23, I still had to worry about timing, whether it was fast or slow. Not open close, fast or slow. So I could have a great swing plane. You know, I could have it. So either vertical, in this case, it could be diagonal or biased. I could have a perfect swing plane, but if my timing was wrong, gone. Right? So there was always something to worry about. In this game, there's just two things to worry about: the bottom point and the top point. The transition is so incredibly easy that it's almost non-existent, especially on Master and Pro. And the rhythm, unless you're just wildly crazy with your thumbs, rhythm is again, I don't even think about it. It's out of sight, out of mind. It doesn't affect anything really unless you really mess up real bad, or especially on putting. But for the most part, on full swing, doesn't matter. And so, and the transition is easy enough. So let's just say I want to hit this. Well, I'm not going to hit the golf ball, but I'll demonstrate how easy this is. So I'm going to turn off the meter. Meter's off. Okay, so 84%, I'm not going to hit the ball. 84% is my desired power for this shot, okay? The meter's gone. All right, let me get my swing back in order. Okay, left thumb pulled too much. Okay, yeah, that's good. Now watch out. Now I can get within 1%. I can get within 1% or perfect in the next 10 swings on the right transition point. Keep in mind, I'm on legend. See how easy this is? Like I have yet to miss a transition point. That was the worst one. I missed it by 1%. The 2%. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no reason I should be able, as good as I am, there's no reason I should be able to hit the exact number of my power every single time. There's no reason for that. I'm on legend, which makes the window, that margin of error, even less. If I was on pro or master, it's automatic. It's automatic. You're not missing it unless you just are wildly messing it up. So I'm not worried about my power. I'm not worried about the rhythm because it doesn't affect that much anyway. I only have the 2 points. As soon as I get the sensation of where those points are, there and there, I'm done. Excuse me. So why is this a bad thing? It makes the game boring. After you don't have that immediate dopamine hit. In 23, man, or even in 21, but I'll say in 23, you get like a good blue line and you hit that white perfect and you just rifle that 4-iron right to it. It's an immediate dopamine hit because that timing in the joystick just felt good. Like, boom. It just feels good. This game does not have that. In my opinion, it doesn't have that. It's a little bit just swing by numbers, and not like a feeling or sensation. And what makes it weird, like even like the rhythm, you can't even calibrate the rhythm. In 23, you can calibrate timing, which I think you should be able to. But why can't you calibrate rhythm? Right? Like some golfers have a fast rhythm, some have a slow rhythm. So why can't, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, why couldn't someone calibrate the rhythm? Hey, I swing faster or I swing slower. So I think that's my biggest worry is the feeling of satisfaction. The feeling of satisfaction in this game is somewhat gone, or at least watered down, because you don't have the timing. And I think ... that was incorporated, no timing, was because they wanted a game for the masses. That's fine, but like I said, the masses move on, and they move on quickly. Oh, by the way, GTA 6 comes out this year, allegedly. When that hits, this game's dead. All you're going to have left is the core people, the diehards that love it. And quite honestly, though, that might be the same for all the other games. I think GTA 6 is going to kill a lot of games, but I digress. You make a game for the masses move on quickly. And what you have left is the core people that are going to hype up the game coming up, the next game. If the game is boring in 6 months, you're going to have a long year, a long 18 months of just a dead game. So what I think can help TGC for those that are like, well, TGC's third party, it's not a part of the game. Why should 2K cater to TGC? TGC keeps the game alive, but it keeps it alive. The ranked mode does not. Just be thankful TGC is around, because if not for that, a vast majority of us would not be around. Let's just look at the numbers here. I want to go to these societies. Let me go search. Excuse me. So these are ranked in order of popularity. Okay. So you get the bar stool, 23,000. That's fine. Oh, my dog's barking. Apex is at 9,400. I think he's on pro difficulty. I'm gonna lump these two together. Apexes. I'm not familiar with Michigan Tour. I don't know, but you have CC circuit. You have Plat. You have Elite, and then I think on down you have the Kinetic. I might have skipped it. But here's special events. But here's what's crazy, man. Like, you have Seamount. Like, he's one of the biggest creators in the game. His society is 500 people. That's nuts. And a lot of these though, like, the same people that are in gamer abilities are probably in CC. And the same people that are in Apexes are probably in all the TGCs. So there's a lot of spillover, is what I'm saying. So it's not like a 1-to-1 addition. 23,000 plus 9,000. That's 32,000 people. Now we're at 38,000 people. We're at 43,000. No, like 85% of the people are in all of these, or joined all of these. So it's not like a 1-to-1 addition. So that's what I'm worried about is as the game dies, people aren't going to leave the society. It'll just become like a inflated dead society. But the TGC stuff is going to sustain and bolster everything. So that, I don't know. That's the good, bad, and the ugly. And maybe a little bit longer of a video. Yeah, 45 minutes almost. So I apologize. But I just wanted to kind of put in my thoughts on it. I've spent actually more time in the designer than I have in the game. That's not good. But I'm praying that TGC starts quickly, but they're kind of handcuffed until the devs fix these societies. So, what does that mean? I think for the most part, I'm probably going to be done uploading golf content stuff, like a society round, walk around with Revan, daily map. I'm done with that. The next golf video you're going to see from me is going to be TGC, my TGC events. There's just nothing else in the game at this point to highlight, let's say, right? So I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. But I'm hoping the next golf video will be in maybe a couple weeks, or if it depends on how long it takes. So until then, I will leave you. And I hope you guys, if you're still here, hey, hats off to you. This is a long one. But if I'm in the minority, I'm sorry. But I think I have a pretty good idea what it takes to make a good golf game and make it last and make it fun. Please, please do not make a game for the masses because the masses move on. Make a game that is fun and people would want to stick around. Not just here's some lip service and then 3 months later it's it's gone like a thief in the night. It just leaves everybody like a one night stand, just a little bit unfulfilled at the end at the next day. Like shit, I'm not gonna do that again. So, all right, guys. Until next time, we'll see you on the first tee. I guess at in TGC.